The historic USS Constellation warship is a longtime fixture in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. But for the past 4 months, she's been in dry dock, undergoing a massive renovation to prepare her for the throngs of visitors for years to come.
Now, while the ship itself is undergoing a renewal, so are many of the men who are working on her. The project is a collaboration between two important programs of the Living Classrooms Foundation. Inside a World War II-era dry dock at the Coast Guard Yard sits an even more historic vessel, the USS Constellation.
She's one of not even a handful of vessels in the U.S. that are really iconic historic vessels from our nation's maritime past. So we're now under the tent, and we are looking at the bottom of Constellation here, and what we're looking at is the ship's remaining original hull planking.
Chris Rossum is overseeing the 160-year-old wooden warship's facelift, which has taken her out of the Inner Harbor and out of commission since late October.
We've taken off 4,500 square feet of rotten wood, and we've replaced it with new wood so that the ship now has watertight integrity.
Workers are repairing a renovation done in the 1990s, but this wood here down below is the original white oak from when the ship was built in 1854.
Her condition is really a testament to what she was originally constructed from. The materials were absolutely beautiful, and she's still about 45% original.
The extensive $2 million project required many hands on deck, some of them belonging to the men of Living Classrooms Project SERVE. SERVE helps ex-offenders newly released from prison with on-the-job training and other support services for their transition back into society.
Over the course of the project, they've gotten totally integrated into doing basically every single job. It's been a tremendous experience for us. We could not have done this without them.
Melvin Moses has been with the Constellation Project since day one.
It was a struggle coming back out because one of the things that I was concerned about was coming out, not being able to find gainful employment or having employment where as though, I'm working enough where as though I don't have to have them thoughts of reverting back to my old lifestyle and things like that.
Statistics show the program is changing lives. In the past 3 years, fewer than 10% of Project SERVE participants go on to commit another crime. That's compared to the overall city average of 55%. Much like the ship they're working on, these men are going through their own revival.
I learned a lot of trades and tools that I haven't experienced before, and it's a great eye-opener, because it makes a way for you to be able to get a better job.
The men say they feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment working on a ship with such a storied history. Her greatest achievements came just before the Civil War, as part of the African squadron that captured ships engaged in the illegal slave trade.
When Constellation was flagship, the whole squadron captured 14 ships and actually repatriated back to Africa just under 4,000 men, women, and children who had been captured.
After a fresh coat of paint, Constellation will return to her home in the Inner Harbor so that many more generations will learn her history. Meanwhile, the men of Project SERVE are returning home with a renewed sense of self and purpose.
Like I said, I was a part of history. I helped to make this project successful and to be able to leave from here and go back to the Inner Harbor so everybody else can, come and tour it. Right, and get a part of history itself.
You just got to keep striving. I have never been an individual who has given up. I'm going to keep on. Even if I get knocked down, I'm going to get back up, brush myself off, and keep stepping forward.
The Constellation is scheduled to return to the Inner Harbor a week from today and open back up to the public for tours. It is the flagship of Living Classrooms' fleet of 9 ships that serve as visitor attractions and floating classrooms.